Welcome to the National Museum of Singapore. My name is Ah Ling. While walking around the museum earlier, I noticed many artifacts that remind me of the time period that I'm from. Look at my outfit. You must be wondering which time period I'm from. Well, I'm from the year 1970 and I'm 25 years old. Today, I'm going to be taking you back in time to learn more about my life. Are you ready? Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to twirl and go back to the year 1970. Ready? 1, 2, 3! Welcome to the year 1970. Come, let me show you around. After working in the factory for 5 years, my husband and I managed to save enough money to buy our very first Housing and Development Board, or HDB, flat. Living in a high-rise building was a thrilling experience, as my husband and I grew up living in kampung houses like these, which were no taller than 2 stories. What do you observe about the kampung in the photo? Yes, the roofs are made from the leaves of the atap palm, and people often reared animals just outside their houses. There are also houses in the kampung that were built on stilts, like this. Houses were built on stilts to avoid wandering wild animals, floods, and for better ventilation around the house. What are some other similarities or differences between the 2 houses? Did you know that in the year 2020, Singapore only has 1 kampung left? It's called Kampung Lorong Buangkok and is located off Sengkang East Avenue. When I moved out of the kampung in 1969, I thought I'd be lonely without my neighbours. Luckily, many of them shifted into the same housing estate in Toa Payoh. Come on in. Toa Payoh was the first town to be designed and developed entirely by the HDB and was the second satellite town built after Queenstown. Have you heard of satellite towns? Satellite towns are designed to be self-contained, which means that one does not have to venture out of the town for shops, schools, libraries, and markets. Let me tell you a little bit about my town, Toa Payoh. The name Toa Payoh means big swamp, where Toa refers to big in Hokkien dialect and Payoh is adopted from Paya, a Malay word for swamp. You may wonder, why is Toa Payoh named after a big swamp? Well, that's because Toa Payoh used to be a large swampy area. This is an aerial view of what Toa Payoh looked like when I moved in 1969. You may recognize some of the prominent facilities in Toa Payoh, such as the sports complex, town park, and the Dragon Playground. These facilities were built during the 1970s. Did you know that Toa Payoh is home to Singapore's first neighbourhood police post, as well as the first mass rapid transit or MRT station? I heard that Singapore in the year 2020 has more than 20 new towns, such as Jurong West, Tampines, and Woodlands. Which town are you staying in? Also, what amenities are available there? Apart from these basic amenities found in the new housing estates, living in a flat offered modern conveniences that were unheard of during my kampung days. For instance, my flat is equipped with basic services such as electricity, flushing toilets, and piped water. Back when we were living in the kampung, water had to be drawn from a nearby well. Now, I can simply turn on my tap for a ready supply of water. The sanitation system in the flats is much cleaner too. For example, I remember using a night soil bucket in the past. Do you know what a night soil bucket is? This is a night soil bucket, and they were introduced in the 1800s. Human waste or night soil would be collected from houses in buckets and transported to gardens and plantations to be used as fertilizer. As many households had to share the same night soil bucket, can you imagine the stench? How would you feel if you had to use this night soil bucket system? With the modern sanitation system installed in my HDB flat, my family is able to do our daily business with comfort and ease. With a push of the button, everything is flushed away with minimal lingering smell. Now, let me show you around my house. Check out my kitchen behind me. Here's my kettle, stove, rice cooker, and refrigerator. Do you also have such appliances in your kitchen? Back in the kampung days, I had to go to the market every day. But with this refrigerator, I can buy a week's worth of groceries and store them inside. It's also become a lot easier to cook rice now. In the past, I had to collect firewood, start the fire, and closely watch the rice to ensure it doesn't overcook. But now, all it takes is a flick of the switch on my rice cooker, and my rice will be ready in no time. Although my living environment has changed after moving to an HDB flat, one thing remains: the Gotong Royong among my neighbours. Do you know what Gotong Royong means? Gotong Royong refers to the spirit of volunteerism, where neighbours help and care for each other. When I was living in the kampung, my neighbours and family would come together to dig wells, build roads for better access, and cook food for one another. This helped us develop a strong sense of belonging, community, and identity with our kampung and with each other. Now that most of us have moved here, we brought along our kampung spirits too.
The doors to our flat units remain open, and our children play in one another's homes or along the common corridors.
We're fortunate enough to own a television, so my neighbours sometimes come over to watch our favourite programs together. After today, you can ask your parents or grandparents about Gotong Royong and share what you've learned. Speaking of cooking, it's about time for me to prepare food to share at our neighbours' gathering this evening. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed exploring my new flat and taking a walk down memory lane with me as I reminisced about my kampung days. After listening to my stories, what do you think are some differences and similarities between how people lived in the past and today? Would you prefer to live in a kampung or an HDB flat? And why? Come down to the museum to find out more about life in the 1970s, such as the places where people worked and played. There is also a downloadable pop-up activity inspired by the HDB setup. Check this link out for more details. You can design your own HDB flat by colouring, cutting and arranging your desired furniture. Have fun! It's goodbye for now, and we hope to see you in the museum very soon. In the meantime, take care and stay safe. Oh, wait! Before you go, remember to twirl again to go back to your time. 1, 2, 3!